Welcome to Bhagavad Gita Satsang. Today's reading is from chapter 16, verse 1. So you can close your eyes if you would like. Otherwise, let's keep a focus as I will read the introduction first. Then I will read the verse. And we'll also read one or two excerpts from the explanation and then we'll share. Okay. Krishna now relates 26 qualities that ennoble the mind spiritually. The goal of spiritual progress is, as has been repeatedly emphasized, the transcendence of ego consciousness in the realization that separateness from other selves and from the absolute self is the one great delusion from which all other delusions derive. The sense of individuality is rooted in infinity. There is no other reality but the self, God, the self of all. In himself, he is ever conscious, ever existing, ever new bliss. No one created him. He is self-existent. A spiritually ennobling quality, therefore, is one that can lift us toward that awareness. Now I will read the verse. The Blessed Lord said, fearlessness, purity of heart, perseverance in the acquisition of wisdom and in the practice of meditation, sattvic charity, self-restraint, the performance of holy rites, symbolic self-offering to God and to the Devas, service to holy persons, and Agnihotra, pouring oblations into the sacred fire, study of the scriptures, self-discipline, straightforwardness. So today, from all these 9 qualities that Krishna has described in this first verse, we will just take the first quality, and that is fearlessness from this verse. So I will read 2 short excerpts from the explanation by Swami Kriyananda. Ego consciousness is born of attachment to the body. Therefore, fear arises from anxiety to protect the body and cannot be conquered so long as attachment to the body lingers. Another short excerpt. Fearlessness, on the other hand, comes from releasing those attachments, quite possibly in their reverse order, into the infinite. The desire for personal importance, the desire for power or control over anything or anyone, the desire to be well thought of, admired, respected above others, attachment to possessions, attachment to bodily health and well-being, and finally, identification of one's self with the body. I would like to begin the sharing with an interesting story, a documentary, which is very inspiring and moving. And it's about fearlessness, at least for me. When I watched it, it was mesmerizing. And it is a documentary that I recently watched. The name of the documentary is Free Solo. And the story I would like to share, and then we will take that example into our life in our journey and see how we can relate with the example. It's very interesting. I would encourage all of you to watch that documentary for sure. And I will also show you on screen one or two pictures. As I'm sharing, I will request Tushar to show one or two screenshots I have taken from the trailer. So this documentary is about a young man in his early 30s, maybe, living in America. He's a rock climber, very adventurous person, very bold. From his young age, he started to learn how to climb the mountains and be very open and, high in spirit. All these adventure sports need that high spirit if you are determined to try something. And so he's into mount climbing, and he decides to climb 3,000 feet sheer granite mountain in Yosemite Park in California without any ropes or equipments. Can we imagine that when we look at people with the ropes and with the equipments, when they climb the mountain, our breath is like stopping in between, whether they would fall down or what will. Even with the harness, we are scared to watch. And this person decides to do, and it's called free solo, that you don't take ropes and that granite. So I would like to request Tushar now to show the first picture of the mountain, that 3,000 feet. So this is the mountain and it's a granite. So what does it mean? Granite meaning, if you see, it's quite smooth. Meaning, even if you try to climb, there are very short, little places on the mountain surface where you can just touch the toe, and with the support of that toe, you climb and put the next step. So it's quite smooth and very hard actually without any support to climb it. And that's the challenge this person named Alex gives to himself, because he really loves mount climbing and rock climbing that much that he just wants to try it out. And how does he begin? His friends are worried because many of the rock climbers in the past, when they tried, many have lost their lives. So it's like a game, which is you're walking towards your death or towards freedom. It's that challenge he has given himself, okay? Well, I'm saying also, I'm thinking about the documentary that's coming to me alive right now. And he starts the preparation. His friends, on top of, he's not just going to climb the mountain without the support. His friends are going to film him. And the danger part of this is if they come in between or anything happens and one step and he's gone down the valley. You can see the depth. So they also have to be very careful while filming him, the sides and how will they project the cameras, where will they stand, and they are with the harness with the camera on. And his preparation starts, his family, his close relatives, all are super worried about him, whether will they see him or not after this challenge that he's given to himself. But he's determined that I just want to go ahead and try this out. So first attempt he does, in which he tells everybody, and the media attention, everybody is interested that this kind of craziness we haven't seen, haven't seen so far, or in the past we may have seen, but now it's like, let's be witness to it. And his friends are worried that what if we witness if he falls? So everybody is tense and this guy is determined in his own self. And first attempt he makes, wherein he tries to climb at a particular time. And as he starts to climb, his heart starts to palpitate, and he realizes he's still not ready for this challenge. He comes down, and he's still in that zone that I want to do, I want to do. And again, he goes through that inner trial. He has a journal, he writes down. By the way, he just has carved a strategy also. How will he go? Where? How will he climb the mountain? What leap he will take? What steps he will have to be cautious? So, all that planning he has done in the journal. And he's writing all his inner, what do you say, all the inner things that are coming out of him, he's just writing them. Again, he tries to climb the mountain. This time he doesn't tell many people, he just tells his friends. And by the time his friends come to know, he's already started to climb the mountain, and they set the cameras and ready with him. And he starts, if you watch the documentary, it's very hard. Even if the close-ups that are being taken from the cameramans, it's like you can hardly touch the toe, and with the help of that support, you just climb the other way. And he's just carrying with him powder so that his hands don't get sweaty and he can hold the rock. So that way he starts climbing, and his friends start filming him. And one point, moment by moment, they are like going off the camera and not wanting to watch him. And one moment comes where again I would request Tushar to show that picture, the second one. Second. Yeah. See, this is the moment comes. Now, this is a screenshot from the documentary, okay? He is without harness, you can see it. And he's almost climbed like 1,000 or 2,000 feet high without anything. And this is the moment where he has to take a leap. Meaning what? He has to extend his leg, take a support of the other side, and sort of a jump. But not exactly a jump. I'm getting goosebumps while sharing that. So all I'm trying to say, look at the fearlessness in him that he's trying to do through this challenge to himself. And he manages to go through this moment and arrive at the right spot. And little by little, in less than 4 hours, he climbed up 3,200 feet El Cap mountain. And as he reaches the top, his friend is waiting for him to welcome him. And he's very cool, calm, casual, meeting and greeting his friend. And he's like, yeah, I could do it. And even when filming, you can see how calm and focused he is. And before going for this, he went through medical checkup, like his heart rate, his nervous system. So in the CT scanning they did, and as far as I've understood, and medical, I don't know that much, but they showed 2 points on top of his head, which were active. As I've understood, and the reading goes, when we act through the ego attachment to the body, anything that we think or do from the ego, the point is activated at the medulla, if I'm right. And that is the most activated point in our brain because we are acting through the ego. And this guy's 2 points were here, very active. 2 dots the doctor shows, and she says, I've never seen this like this. Meaning what? For sure, he was above body consciousness. He was above death. He left his body, and I'm sure even though he was not spiritual, but the courage that he showed, God must be blessing him and gracing him to have faith in his higher reality. He had that faith only, that he can do it. that higher reality within all of us that we have, that faith, he believed in so much. I'm sure that God also must be watching what this guy is up to. I should protect him and, grace him that for his courage and for his faith in his higher self. So the point of sharing this story, it is a very good documentary, very well made by National Geographic. If you get a chance, please do watch. So now let's come back to our example and the reading that we did today and the quality of 26 qualities, out of which we have taken first quality, Krishna tells us, fearlessness, ennobling the mind spiritually. Let's take that into our own journey now. Let's see that this mountain that we all saw just now, 3,000 feet or however long you want to keep it, we all are climbing this mountain in this journey, isn't it? And we all have shown courage to actually climb the mountain. We know that's a very high, goal that we have set for ourselves for freedom. Here, what has happened with this person? His ego died. You see, his ego died, then only he was free. When he reached the top, he found freedom in that. He is no more fearful. His ego had to die. Body will anyways die one day. But here the ego has to die. And in our journey also, we have shown courage to climb this mountain. But you know what? For us, we have an invisible harness. And that is our Guru, who is protecting us and telling us, keep climbing, keep climbing, keep climbing. I am there to protect you. And all those stepping stones which I showed you, the moment leap which he had to take, some were the cracks. He had to hold into the crack and be there steady to move to another side. So here we have Guru, who is our invisible harness, who is holding us while we are climbing this mountain, and he is protecting us and telling us to keep going. And what are these stumbling blocks that he also went through while doing the strategy and turns and twists in the mountain, the whole map? Doubt. We all have doubts, no? From time to time. Disbelief, nervousness, anxiety. All these are stepping stones. And what we learned from his story, he didn't stop at one point for long. He went on and on and on. And that's what our learning is also the same, right? If we keep stopping in doubt for a long time, what will happen? Death is there, waiting for us. For us, the death is like, we won't be able, our ego won't die, but our body will die someday, and that's the end of the game. But here, he kept on going. That is also our learning. Our Guru is telling to keep going. Don't stop at doubt. Don't stop at disbelief, nervousness, anxiety. Just keep going ahead and ahead, ahead. And what else I was thinking, that the faith in our Guru, we have started to climb this mountain. Isn't that true? That with that faith, we have started to climb the mountain. He is holding us, protecting us. We will have stepping stone where we would like to stay and rest. And if the moment we stay more and more, what is it going to do to us? We may fall. And if we fall, we have to start again from the bottom. And so far we have come. Crash. So I'm seeing from this person's super inspiring story that he had courage, we have shown courage. He had faith in himself, his higher reality. We have faith in God and gurus. He showed that he didn't stop and he went on going. We all are trying, but we have to keep going and not stop at any point, at no cost. Otherwise, it's a fall. And then, what else can you think of? I was thinking one more point that came to my mind. What else he needed? Yes, he didn't do this for glory, if you see. He was least bothered who is filming him, who is giving him importance. From the reading that Swamiji says, that when we start to think, because we are acting through the ego, we want the recognition, appreciation, and self-importance, all those things come. From his story, I also learned that he's least bothered about what media is talking about him, what film is being made on him. He is so focused, 100 to 100 focused. His body must be like no weight or gain. Like we feel, even if we start climbing, like I'm like sliding through any small hill also, my legs start shaking. So that kind of experiences we have learned, and this guy is like just there. So with his story, I thought that we'll be able to relate with our own journey to freedom. And imagine on top of the mountain, Lord Krishna is waiting for us with a garland of freedom. You are free now, liberated. Your ego transcendence done. Your game is done here. So that's our journey. And such documentaries and real stories are inspiring in this way I never knew. And when I heard and watched, and when I started to find what can I share this time for Bhagavad Gita, and it just, came in that sequence, it was like amazing. I must share this story with all of you. So with that, I would request you to take a moment, closing our eyes, and this quality Krishna tells us of fearlessness as a truth seeker to find freedom. We have the courage. We have the faith. We just have to keep going in tests and trials without looking down or back, fully focused on freedom, above body consciousness, and that is where we will find freedom, liberation, and blessings of the Lord. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.